The multi-purpose tool that comes with the Pfaff Creative 3.0 sewing machine is just that. It has 3 different purposes that we've used in our videos that we have on sewingmastery.com. So let's just do a quick little overview. So first off, you do notice it has a hole at the end here, and that is perfect for slipping up the needle. And then when you loosen the needle screw, this will catch the needle so it doesn't drop into the sewing machine. And then on the flip side, when you go to insert this needle, this will help make sure you get it all the way as high as it will go and also straight. See how that actually has a little flat side on the back? When you put your needles in, you always need the flat side facing to the back of the sewing machine. So drop it in there, it won't spin, it'll just hold. Lift that all the way up as high as it'll go, tighten your screw, and it is the perfect needle holder. Next, you'll notice that it has 2 thicknesses, a thinner side and a thicker side. And we have used it next on the jeans hem that we did. So sometimes when you go over a really thick seam, your foot starts to kind of angle and it gets stuck as you go up. Well, all you need to do is technically level out the foot. So when it's actually going up over something really thick, you can use this tool behind the foot, or also when coming down off of the really gigantic mountain that it's stitching on, and kind of have it stitched so it stays level. So instead of it coming down, the tool helps keep the foot level, and you have nice even stitches no matter what part of the mountain you're going over. So that's a great tool. You can use the thicker side if it's really thick, or the thinner side and for something more normal thickness. The other thing that we can use it for is when we stitch buttons on. So if you ever needed a little extra shank of thread, slip this whole item underneath it's actually done without a foot, as you can see here with the last thing we were just doing, is you take your foot off and put the button underneath and stitch back and forth with the feed dogs down. And the tool will give you that extra shank of thread, maybe a lot of shank of thread or a thinner shank of thread, depending on which side you use. Now, if you don't use it, the button is stitched directly onto the fabric, so it's more decorative versus like ability to button to something. So if you're going to button it to something, make sure you slip that underneath before you stitch. Stitch 1, 3, 13, that's the group 1, menu 3, stitch 13, and that will be perfect when you're done. So don't leave home without this. Always keep this in your accessory box, and you never know when it's going to truly save the sewing project.